Hey everybody, we are live. We are back. It is that time of the week again. It is Tuesday, which means we're here for the Star Wars Andor watch party and after show. And I'm Mike Sandoval, MUSE TV, and you could check out this guy right here. Give them your name, Jeffrey.
Once again, it is me, the J to the E to the double F -ry. Once again, I am Jeffrey Harris, and welcome back to the MUSE TV watch party. And tonight, we are back for another episode of Andor in the Star Wars galaxy. So, I'm sorry I'm not on camera right now. I just got off work. So, I'll try to be on camera a little later once things get settled. Today has been a wild day for me. I'm sorry. I'm running on fumes right now. I barely had any sleep last night, but I'm ready. I'm here and I'm gearing to go. Go ahead, Mike.
You know, it's funny. I had the same thing. Like, I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know why.
My trouble is like when I have to get up early the next day, I have trouble falling asleep because I have like anxiety of the next day and all the things I have to do and get done.
Yeah. And I think that's what was
right. And I get restless. So that's kind of how that happens. But I'm happy to be here right now. And we got back-to-back watch party nights this week once again. Right?
Exactly. And that's the way I was, just to mention, that was the way I was last night because I was watching Big Shot. I was rewatching the season to get ready for my interview with Uncle Jesse this morning. And so then I watched the whole season. I watched the trailer for season 2, and I'm like, I can't sleep now.
Okay, so I guess since tonight's Andor, we got a bit of news from Diego Luna. So let's see. Excuse me. So while I was talking to Entertainment Weekly, Diego Luna said, referring to his role as Andor, he said, "For me, this is it. It's a beautiful journey now that I have 24 episodes, 24 shorter films to tell the story of where Cassian comes from and how he got to be the man we met in Rogue One." So he's basically, I think he's saying this is it for him and he's not going to come back after he finishes the 24 episodes of this show. So this will be his swan song as Andor. What do you think about that?
I'm not shocked. It's like, how much more story can you tell about Andor? About Cassian Andor? It's like 24 episodes kind of works, I would think, if they could get through the whole and tell the story.
No. Here's why I don't trust him. He's an actor.
Yeah.
What do actors do, Mike?
They act, which means they lie.
They lie. They literally lie for a living. And give me any actor who says, I'm done with the role and I'm not coming back and I will raise you dozens of times. They end up coming back anyway.
I can name one right now from earlier today.
This perfectly, and I think you know exactly what am I talking about, Mike? Because you already know what I'm going to say. Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. Logan. What was all that song and dance in Logan? Oh, this is my last hurrah. This is my swan song. I'm done. This is my final movie as Wolverine, as Logan. And what happened? Now he's coming back to play around with Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool 3. That was it. We got a whole gimmick now. They did a big song and dance. So what was all that song and dance with Logan? This is my last time playing the role. Harrison Ford. This is my last time playing Han Solo. Here's Han Solo again.
I was going to say, for Indiana Jones, that may be his last time now.
I mean,
I believe that one.
See how excited he was at D23? Sign him a check. He might agree to do it again.
I'm like, yeah. How old is he gonna be by the time he ends?
He might be 8. He might be 85. Who knows?
He may go up to John Williams age level.
John Williams is still working. He's still composing. He's still writing. He's still doing new Star Wars music. He's still working on Indiana Jones, and he's in his 90s.
Yep.
You know, hey, let's hear it. Let's hear it for the old guys. I mean, Hugh Jackman, compared to Harrison Ford, Hugh Jackman's got like 30 years left.
Yep.
How old is Hugh Jackman right now? He's 53.
Yeah.
He's 53. He can do a couple more movies. Why not? He's just hitting his stride now.
Do you think Deadpool is the only film he's going to be in?
I mean, who knows? Who
Secret
who
Wars?
no? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Yep.
Because yeah, they're doing Secret Wars, they're doing multiverse, they're doing all sorts of multiversal gobbledygook, and all sorts of gimmicks. This is their latest gimmick. Ryan Reynolds was like, "I have nothing," and now Hugh Jackman is coming back as Wolverine. And did Patrick Stewart not say the same thing? I'm done playing Professor Xavier, and then he comes back and plays Professor Xavier again in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Now, come on here.
And Picard. Remember,
so it's like
come back for Picard.
Well, did he ever say he was done? That's the thing.
He never said.
Actors act. Look. Actors not only they not only like the money, but they like the attention. It's about the adulation, Mike. It's about actors want to perform. They want to be on the biggest stage possible. They have egos. I'm sure everyone has an ego to some degree, but actors have bigger egos than most.
Yeah.
And this is like, okay, I get to be on the biggest stage possible. I get to be part of the grandest stage ever, and I get to have fun, and I get paid millions of dollars doing it. Why wouldn't Hugh Jackman want to come back and keep coming back to the role he defined and that made his career?
Yep. And that's the thing. He's always said he would love to come back for the MCU.
So here we are now. And now we have Diego Luna saying he's done with Andor after this show is over. I can't really take any actor seriously when they say they don't come back.
What about James Earl Jones?
I mean, look, James Earl Jones. Look how long he continued to voice Darth Vader.
Yeah,
he did Rogue One, he did Rebels, he did Kenobi, and now he's signed off on he gave rights to use his voice for like the voice tech, right?
Yeah.
So they can use that kind of like AI voice tech.
So when he's gone, his voice will still be living on.
Look. What does JR like to say?
What does he like to say?
He says, "Father Time does no job. Father Time does no job. It catches up with everybody." And look, James Earl Jones is 91, so he's probably semi-retired at this point. But he was gracious enough to grant, like, I'm sure he appreciates how iconic his voice and work is. So in a way, he's gonna live on forever through this, you know? And who wouldn't really want that?
Exactly.
Think about it. Who wouldn't want that? So again, Hugh Jackman is not 91, Mike. He's not 80.
Nope.
He's got some miles. He's got some miles left, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got
Here's the thing. If I still feel
what's a classic car with a lot of mileage?
It's a shoot. Like he could be a Ford Thunderbird right now.
Yeah, he's a Thunderbird, man.
Hmm?
He's going strong. He's not. Why stop now, Mike? Why stop now?
That's what
now is the time. Now is the time, Mike.
Until he gets hurt, and it takes harder to recover. I've noticed that it gets harder to recover when you get old.
A lot of these actors are either coming back to these roles in their 50s and 60s, or they're playing them well into their 50s. Look at Jamie Lee Curtis, Linda Hamilton. Even though what was that last Terminator movie was garbage, but men and women are revisiting like their iconic roles. I'm sure Sigourney Weaver would come back to Alien one last time if it was in the right setting, you know. I mean, she did work. She did work on Alien Isolation. At
Mhm.
least.
Yeah.
So again, I just can't take Diego. Like, here's my theory. My theory when actors say like I'm done or I'm not coming back after this, they're saying, send me a check and we'll talk. That's what they mean.
Mhm.
They want to get a big payday. And like, all actors go through peaks and valleys in their careers. And sometimes coming back to something like this can kickstart it again.
Yeah.
Or, maybe their careers are like, just not they're not doing much and it gives them a chance to to get to get work again. Look at all the guys in Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
What tell me, Mike, name me some movies that Ralph Macchio and William Zabka were in before Cobra Kai.
European Vacation.
When did that
Good
come out?
part. 1986, I believe.
Now,
A lot harder.
I remember Ralph Macchio. I remember he played himself in an episode of Entourage, and I remember that episode being pretty funny.
Yeah.
This was like in, I want to say 2005.
Yeah.
This was in like the mid 2000s.
Yep.
But yeah. So I'm just giving you an example. Actors want to be, they want adulation, and this is like the best way to get it.
Yeah. It's 85 that European Vacation came out.
And I'm sure Hugh Jackman, he has a good relationship with Ryan Reynolds. I'm sure, getting, putting Wolverine in a situation where he has to deal with a character like Deadpool probably was attractive to Jackman, and it'll probably be a chance for him to have a little fun.
Also, too, over the years, there's been a lot of Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman
right.
little teases.
Well, they were in X-Men Origins together.
Mm-hmm.
When we saw the much maligned version of Deadpool with his mouth sewn shut.
Mm-hmm.
That was our first frame of reference of Deadpool in the movies, if you recall.
Yes, I do. I didn't like it.
no one liked it.
That's why I laughed so hard and I cheered when I saw in in Deadpool 2.
So what they could do with this movie, like this movie could be like this could be like Deadpool's payback.
Mm-hmm.
Like Deadpool's getting his big payback on Wolverine.
Yeah.
For that movie. And they could like reference it, even though technically Deadpool erased it from existence in Deadpool 2. Like they could but here's the other thing. In the comics, Wolverine and Deadpool have a lot of history with each other. So just like Deadpool and Cable. So there's a lot of material they can mine for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So, but what do you think about this whole Deadpool 3 thing? You think it's good? Do you think it's good news? What do you think?
Good. I think it's good. I'm just curious how much will he be in another. Is this the only film Hugh Jackman's going to return as Wolverine, or will there be another film?
Well, I'm glad they didn't put him in like Multiverse of Madness just to like kill him off.
Yeah,
because I think what they did in Multiverse of Madness was bad enough. So to just do that, to just put like Wolverine in there for like 2 seconds just to kill him or something, or so the rumor goes, I would not have been for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think we're gonna have to wait and see how this does, how it's received, and go from there. I mean, here's what I want to know: what's going on with Josh Brolin and Cable?
Yeah.
Like, does Cable even matter anymore? What about Colossus and Negasonic and all the other characters? What happens to them?
Yeah. So at least we know we're getting mutants earlier than Phase 7.
I guess I guess we'll see. Well, technically, we already got one mutant.
Yeah. We got two. We got two.
I'm not. Well, do you?
Well, the No Huerta said that he's a mutant, just like just like in the comic books.
Wait, the Atlanteans are mutants now, or just Namor?
Just Namor.
Okay. Wait, why is Namor a mutant though? I know Namor has been classified as a mutant in the past, but like, what is going on there?
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to wait to see the movie.
Is Huerta on the up and up now, or is he just trying to service?
Not only Huerta said it, but Kevin Feige said it.
I don't trust. Like,
it was an Empire
let
magazine.
me just be clear here.
Mm-hmm.
I like and respect Kevin Feige, but I don't trust a single word that comes out of his mouth. And that's my general rule of thumb with Kevin Feige. And I'm not saying that out of disrespect. I'm just saying Kevin Feige is a cagey guy, and he's always trying to. He talks in doublespeak. You know what I mean?
You're okay there?
Huh?
You're
no,
okay?
I'm not okay. Did I not say I'm running on fumes right now?
I didn't think that.
I'm doing it for the audience's pleasure to watch me in utter pain right now.
I didn't know if you were like almost freaking down to empty right now. You need some water or something.
I've got some stuff right here, but I'm running on fumes right now. It's like the lights are on. It's like the lights are on, and like
somebody's home, but just not there.
Somebody's home, but it's like it's a mess. It's like what was that? Do you ever remember that old episode of The Simpsons where I think they thought Skinner was dead, but he was like buried under like all that junk in his garage or something? It's kind of what I feel like right now.
But also to go off of the Black Panther Empire interview, Tolocan is the name of the city.
What city?
Where Namor rules.
Is it in Atlantis?
I guess they're changing the name from Atlantis and they're using Talocan. Or
where does that come from?
That is Mayan Aztec origin.
Now, does that come from the comics?
No, I don't think it does.
Is Namor Rita in the movie?
Don't know. They don't say that.
Okay.
But I'm sure she is.
I'm curious if I'm going to see, because honestly, I want like at some point I would like New Warriors. Because I mean, if we keep the MCU going for however long, we're going to need like new characters and shows at some point, and New Warriors is something they could do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, man. It's just
it's gonna be.
I got allergies. It's
the allergy thing. I get. I feel you on that one. I've had that for the last.
My throat is dry. My throat is dry. I'm dehydrated. It's been a weird day. It's been an off day.
Yeah, but I did go to Disneyland on Saturday for the premiere of Under Wraps 2, which I wasn't a big fan of. It wasn't that good.
That's like one of those Disney Channel
Halloween
movies kind of thing.
Right? And it wasn't good at all.
Like my babysitter was a vampire kind of thing.
Yeah,
kind of.
And
did you get to go on any rides? Like, was the park open or what?
I got all of 2 rides. That's all I was able to get on. 2 rides. That's it. Everything else was long.
Some years back, and this was after the first D23. I was invited to go to Disney for like this D23 like anniversary party for like D23 members, and only part of Disneyland was open, but it was nighttime. You could do a few little rides, and it was nice and scenic, and it was kind of very pleasant. Wasn't too many people. There were refreshments. It was very nice, and doing rides at night at the park can be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that's great. I love Disneyland at night. I just don't like the crowds. It
Yeah.
was it was as crowded as it would be during the summer.
What rides did you get to do?
So I was able to get on Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run. And that one was like a 15-minute wait. There wasn't that many people there, so it was like nice. Uh and then we walked over to Rise of the Resistance, but it broke down and it wasn't gonna reopen.
How do you like that?
Oh, I love that ride. That
No,
is
I mean, how do you like it broke down right before like?
oh, it's not uncommon. So it wasn't something that I'm shocked about.
I want to go to Zavi's workshop and get a lightsaber.
Oh yeah, I still want to do that one day. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, and then we did Pirates of the Caribbean.
Did they have refreshments for you there?
Nope. Oh well, they did at the reception for the premiere,
Yeah. Were they
but
good?
it was mostly just water and soda.
Okay, so like
Oh,
movie refreshments.
special. Yeah, hors d'oeuvres are like mini hot dogs,
Okay,
mini
well,
hamburgers,
I would have
ceviche.
enjoyed. I would have enjoyed that at least.
Yeah. It was. I know you wouldn't know. They were small,
Oh,
small.
I like finger food.
Yeah. These were not good finger foods.
Okay, so we're back on Andor tonight. Tonight is
Mhm.
episode 4.
Yep.
So this was in the screener badge we were given.
Yes.
The show's getting. I think the show's fairly well received so far.
Mhm.
I think, despite my issues with the launch episodes, I think it was a good strategy that they released those 3 episodes at launch, even though I don't think they were presented in the best format.
Mhm.
I think it was good because the audience got a good chunk of the story, as before we do the weekly episode.
Mhm.
This week's episode, I'll be curious to see what people think about it. I don't think it's a bad episode tonight, but it's like it's more exposition and it's more setup,
Mhm.
and this is very much a slow burn kind of show. But any thoughts on your part?
I agree. I think this is the one thing. Like now that I take it back, and just pause for a
Yeah.
little bit. Sladro, doing good. Great to see you there. Thank you for coming in. Uh, the one thing I wish it would have done is package instead of the 3, do the 4.
Oh,
Because when everybody sees tonight's episode 4, you're gonna see how it connects really well to 1, 2, and 3. Like it literally fits right.
well, I think the good things about tonight's episode is we're going to see more characters and see more of how what happened in the first 3 episodes fits into the larger Star Wars world
Yeah.
universe. However, whatever.
But
So
this is like the kickoff of, I think after this episode, we got the exposition. We know more about it. We know where we're going, and I think
Right.
episode 5 and on is going to really push. And I'm hoping this is the case. Push the story forward.
but we get to meet more characters in this episode. We get some interesting reveals, and I think people are going to be interested and fascinated by some of the new characters we meet tonight, some of the reveals we get.
Mhm.
And again, top-notch production values. The aesthetic for this show, I think, is great. It looks fantastic, and I think people are going to dig that. But it is very exposition heavy and very setup heavy. I think those are the main drawbacks. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to get too. We'll get into specifics later tonight.
Yeah. Let me get into the comments. Derpy Gaming. Hi, I'm new. Couldn't agree more. Sladro. So is this episode gonna get into the nitty gritty of the show plot?
Kind of. Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
It's
I think
table.
it's a
It's
kicking off.
table.
It's
This
the kicking
is
off point.
this is more. This is. I think nitty gritty of the plot is probably a good way to phrase it because they're setting up all the big major events, and we're not getting to the main action yet, but we're getting a look at the larger picture of the characters and how they fit into everything.
Mhm.
That's kind of what we're getting tonight.
Yeah, and I think after this episode, we're gonna start getting into the meat and potatoes of everything.
But my problem, still not very little happens, and it is a slow burn. So
Yeah.
I think mileage is going to vary.
Mhm.
But so far, the show seems to be very well received, and it's got a 90% rating on Rotten Tomatoes right now. So it's doing fairly well. So,
Yep.
and but the other thing is, we've got 12 episodes to go.
Yeah.
So,
exactly. And we're almost halfway there.
but we're not. That's the thing, though. We're not even halfway through the first season.
Yeah.
So we could be feeling a lot different by
Mhm.
the end of all this, but we'll see.
Exactly. Sladro. Oh, I see. Okay, cool. That's exactly what I wanted, to be honest.
I think what I would advise people to do is just kind of be patient. Be patient, sit back, relax, enjoy the journey, appreciate like the acting performances, the good production values, the really strong direction, that kind of lo-fi science fantasy setting that I think really works for this show. And again, it feels more like a low-key, like cyberpunk drama at times, more so than Star Wars. But I think that might work in this show's favor.
Mm-hmm. Got another comment, Sladro. Because even though the first 3 episodes were slow, they were a fun watch, so I see why the rating is high.
Okay. What did I give the first 3 episodes? Was it 7.5?
7.5.
Okay. And what did you?
I gave it an 8.
Yeah. Okay.
I was half a point higher.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean,
I think if they did it as like a singular movie, I might have given it an 8.
Mm-hmm.
They did it as just like a movie, like a pilot movie.
Yeah, I probably would have gone even higher if they would have done it too and added episode 4 into it.
And I just miss when TV shows would do pilot movies.
Mm-hmm.
Battlestar
Galactica style.
Yeah, and then or Twin Peaks or Star Trek, the Next Generation, or even Lucasfilm with the Bad Batch.
Yeah,
they started with the first episode was like 70 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And like when they're doing normally like 22-minute episodes, it's a half-hour series, but they started off with like a feature-length movie.
Yeah. Let me get to the comments. Saladro, it did feel like a movie. Ha ha ha. Derpy Gaming, I heard their politics in the show. You think we get into that tonight, considering the clip that was released for this episode? It seemed like it was going in that direction.
Fine politics, Derpy. Come on.
I think the galactics, the galactic politics.
Well, we know Mon Mothma is in the show, right? So we know the Galactic Senate is in the show, or Imperial Senate, whatever. So we know that's going to be a factor at some point, right?
Yeah, it has to be a factor because it plays so critical to the story in what happens during this time.
Now, what's interesting is like we saw the Senate in the prequel trilogy. The Senate was only referenced in A New Hope. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of like now we're getting to see all these events that were happening in the background of the original trilogy that we never really got to see on screen. Even in Rogue One, when they're talking about the Senate, we only see Mon Mothma, but we never get to another look at the Senate, the senators, and what's going on now that it's the Imperial Senate. Excuse me. Yeah.
Jeffrey is
all right.
Jeffrey has a little issue today. Yeah.
Rough day.
No.
So this is like good world. It's like good world building, right?
Yeah. What, the phlegm?
No, the stuff with the Senate and seeing.
Just kidding.
We're gonna see more. We're gonna get more texture of this whole universe. What do we call it? A world, a universe, a galaxy?
Galaxy, I would say. In this sense, it would be
Star Wars galaxy. We'll see.
Yeah.
But say galaxy just as like galaxy. It's like what?
Yeah. Because
Galactic politics, yes, Derpy. I think we're going to see more of that.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think that's safe
Uh,
to say.
Sladro, off topic, but what was your guys' reaction to Deadpool 3
I
teaser?
mean, we just talked about it for
Yeah,
like.
but they didn't come in. They just barely came in. We're gonna have to repeat ourselves really quick. You could start.
What do I think? I think it's interesting, and I'm looking forward to see what they do with it. We'll see.
As for me, I loved it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was well. First of all, it was well shot. I love the way it was shot. They put some
Kind of like
money
a
into
short film.
something. Yeah, and I love the fact at the end, Hugh Jackman is
And I'm
walking.
glad they didn't release it on April Fools because, like, now we know it's serious. Like,
Yep, September 6th, 2024. At least we know one of the dates out of
that's a
that.
weird release date, but I guess September isn't the dumping ground it used to be. You know.
Exactly, just like February used to be, it would be a dumping ground. We just need to fix January.
And then Black Panther kind of changed that.
Yeah, exactly. Derpy Gaming, I expect more world building from different point of views of new characters of the rebellion. Yeah, I'm hoping for that as well. I would like to see new characters, new people who are coming in, especially with people we know. Saw Gerrera is going to be a part of it. I want to see who else was working with Saw Gerrera.
But I think Luthen, Stellan Skarsgård, is like the most interesting.
Yeah, I
Might be
agree.
the most interesting character in the show so far.
And I didn't even know. Like he's new to this world, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's like a brand new character we've never really met before, but he definitely seems to be just serious about. I wonder kind of like Luthen definitely seems like to be like he's a true believer in the cause, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder what galvanized him and what ignited him as part of this cause and made him want to fight back against the Empire. Did they target his family? Did he lose a loved one?
Was he a former Imperial?
Yeah, those are the things I want to learn about Luthen, and I hope we'll get to learn more over the course of the show.
Yep. Comment wise, Sladro, it was so funny to be honest. Ha ha ha. The runtime for Wakanda Forever is insane as well. Yeah, supposedly 2 hours and 41 minutes. And Sladro, it would be sick to see Cal Kestis, but I doubt it, of course.
I very much like to see Cal Kestis, but they seem to be. I don't know if they want to use Cal in live action yet. You know. We know we're getting another Cal Kestis video game. Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
And when is that coming out? I want to check on that.
I don't know, but also too, I don't think we're gonna see any Jedi or anybody wielding.
We know Jedi are around, and this is technically set after Kenobi.
Yeah.
And we know Ahsoka is active at this point. Ahsoka was one of the founding members of the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be unusual to see Ahsoka operating in this time.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the game as well. I guess with Cal Kestis, I guess we just don't know when things will end for him, where his journey ends. So maybe they want to keep that vague for now. Maybe that's why we're not going to see him.
Just like a Star Wars movie. We don't know when or where or when we're going to get another Star Wars movie anytime soon.
That could be for the best, you know? I think maybe when the time comes to see another movie, hopefully they will give it the time to gestate that it truly needs.
Yeah.
And it will be the right movie.
Yep.
But then everyone will probably still complain about it anyway, and it'll give me a giant headache, and I'll be like,
well, you never know. It may be a different time.
All right, F this, I'm out.
Maybe it'll be a different time when it does come out, and people won't be like that.
Huh?
I doubt it.
Maybe if we got rid of Twitter and Facebook tomorrow.
Yeah.
And YouTube.
Yeah.
Would that be bad for you?
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be bad for me because we'll still survive.
Okay. If we lost Twitter tomorrow, if Twitter was gone tomorrow and never came back, how would you feel about that?
No, I wouldn't care. I'd be fine with it gone.
I'd be totally fine with that, honestly.
Yeah. I would be fine. YouTube as well sometimes. Sometimes I don't.
Slater says LMFAO. Every fan base is never saying. Well,
exactly.
Yep.
Derpy Gaming. I just want to say so far the death scenes in the series have been impactful to each character and interesting because you see the emotions and reactions of each character, which is why I enjoyed it. That is true. They've been very powerful.
I didn't care. I didn't care one bit when Bix's boyfriend bit it.
Well, because he deserved it. I just kidding.
Well, I mean,
be honest here. He did rat him out.
I mean, Bix seemed to like him a little bit, but like I don't think she really loved him. It felt like more of a relationship of convenience and like
one night stand.
She was using him.
She could ride in Kentucky Derby.
Well, no, it felt like she was using. It felt like she was using sex as currency to get him to fall in love with her, so she could use his salvage yard for whatever she needed.
Yeah. Not bad currency, but
huh? Well, no, I mean, again, so it's like I'm not like it. Like, I mean, the guy, I didn't care about him. Like, I was not. So when he died, it's not like, I feel really bad for this guy.
Well, I mean, snitches get.
He was a dummy. He was a dummy.
Yep.
Snitches. Yeah, and he ratted out Andor too. So it's like, how can I like this guy?
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Because he was jealous, and Andor wasn't even messing. Andor wasn't even messing around with her, so he's jealous over nothing.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Derpy Gaming. He did deserve it, but the camera shots is where I'm going. I mean, I would agree. The camera shots.
Who else died in the first 3 episodes?
Some of the guys who got exploded off of the bomb that they sent on the car going through the middle of the town.
But did any of Andor's like close friends die, or his adopted mother, Marva?
No.
I don't think anything.
Mm-mm.
Not yet.
Only the snitch.
Yeah.
That's
it. I truthfully don't feel bad about him.
Mm-mm. So long.
Okay, so we're getting to the final countdown. So why don't you give our viewers our usual instructions, Mike?
Definitely will. Let's do it a little differently because I'm kind of tired and I need to stay awake. Let's see. Nah, that sucked. Nah, we did. Nah, that sucked. Let's go with that. Oh, no, that sucks too. None of this music is actually really good on this platform. Screw it. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All the people suck. Oh, this is the best we're going to get. So, this is how the watch parties work here at MUSE TV. What we do is at 11:50, some people like Marvin get it at 11:48, but we don't find any cause or anything that supports him. Because I wish we all got it at 11:48. So once the show drops, what we do is that we mute the microphones, we stop the cameras, and we all watch it together. Once the show is over, we're done and we get the credits because the hasn't been getting extra credits. We come back and we discuss about what we got on the show, and at the end we give it a letter grade, what this episode was like, and we go through. And that is how the MUSE TV watch party. And just so everybody knows, tomorrow we have another watch party. Another show called Marvel Studios. Where will we go? It's episode 7, or is it episode 8 already? Either anyway, hopefully it'll get to a point for tomorrow. But we would do a return tomorrow for the She-Hulk watch party and after show at 11 p.m. So catch us then as well. And that is how this whole thing works.
Okay. Well, can you do that whole thing again, but not sound like you're underwater?
No, I can't. Marvin, Andor is better than the Book of Boba and Mandalorian so far. It's different. I like it.
Mandalorian, no. Book of Boba Fett, sure. I'll take that.
Sladro, his childhood friends died. That is kind of true. He got a point there.
Oh, I think one of his Canary was one of his Canary friends killed.
Yeah, remember she got shot by one of the person who survived the crash.
Yeah, okay.
Derpy Gaming, that leader did. Yep, that is.
And his parents. Mm-hmm. His parents are probably long dead at some point.
Yeah, or the leader of his group. Marvin, I haven't got the episode yet. I am sure we'll get it in the next.
Oh, Marvin, welcome back, Marvin. It's good to hear from you again.
And Sladro, Mando, better than Andor, better than Book of Boba Fett. That's his show ranking right now.
Okay. What about Kenobi?
Well, maybe he didn't like Kenobi.
Okay, but where does he rank Kenobi?
But I'll leave that to him.
Andor is better than both. Okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping that it will be. To be honest, with 12 episodes, I'm hoping that it will.
I think Kenobi was a good show. I think people just.
Yeah.
I think people were too hard on it. You know.
Yeah, Sladro, Mando, Kenobi, Andor, Book of Boba Fett. I think it's just like this is the one thing. Like I think with us getting 24 episodes of the show, it's really gonna be something different. So I'm hoping that it really does. It jumps up to my number one because Mando, I still love Mando, and how the.
Okay, so here's my next question: do we meet Babla? What am I?
Babla? I don't know where.
H2SO, the robot from Rogue One.
I think we don't meet him till the second half of the season.
So this season or next season?
Next season.
So second half. So second half of next season.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but just saying. Sladro, I've waited so long to see Anakin again, so that's why I loved it so much.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah. I liked it. I didn't think it was. I mean, there's things that weren't great about it, but I liked it. I've watched it again.
I just think in like, I don't even want to say this because like everyone's like, again, I feel like everyone makes bad faith arguments about Reva. I just think the Reva storyline just could have been written and executed better, and things could have been. I think it could have been polished a little bit more. And could have been a bit better directed. I don't even want to say better directed, but I think it needed similar production values as this series, basically, which I don't think it was quite able to reach.
Yeah. That flashback episode was amazing. And that's the thing. It's like, I think there were some decisions that just didn't work, but like the only series I've been able to go back and watch it over again was Mandalorian. Book of Boba Fett, I didn't go back and watch it.
I think the reason is because Mandalorian makes you feel like you're watching classic Star Wars again. You know?
Yeah.
Even though it's a brand new story and mostly brand new characters.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gives you those same feelings, and it kind of has that. Yeah. Like similar mystique and sense of awe and wonder and all that, and it gives you kind of this whole, but also like
warm and fuzzy stuff.
Stop.
All that warm and fuzzy stuff of the old series.
Yeah. But it's also that kind of like lone wolf and cub kind of storyline. That kind of like lone guardian, like this samurai guardian here, hero, anti-hero, guarding like a young child kind of thing.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, it's perfect because Star Wars has that influence of like Akira Kurosawa and samurai films and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sladro, I had no problem with Reva. I just don't know what's gonna be her role now. Like, I honestly thought Vader would have just killed her then and there. I agree with that.
Again, I think it's not really the character I dislike. I just think the way her story was executed that I think kind of did the character a disservice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are we gonna change this halfway to the Mighty Ducks Game Changers watch party after? Not just kidding.
Yes.
I'm just joking. I'm not gonna.
Of course we are. Gordon Bombay. We're all about the Gordon Bombay show here, right, Mike?
Well, Gordon Bombay is no longer on the show.
Well, who is it now?
It's Josh Duhamel.
What?
Yeah, he's
Josh Duhamel.
Yeah, he's
Didn't
part of the
cheat on Fergie?
Huh?
Didn't he cheat on his wife Fergie?
Yeah, and I'm sorry. Like, as much as I have to be cordial and everything,
how can you do that to Fergie?
That's what I say. Since me and Fergie have gone back a long way, I thought that was BS, but that's just me.
Maybe you can marry Fergie now.
I doubt it.
What does Josh Duhamel have that you don't, Mike?
Money. And lots of it.
Yeah.
And good hair. Really good hair.
Do we know for a fact that he has money?
Yeah.
I mean, if he's in, how good can he be doing right now if he's in the Mighty Ducks?
It's over $1 million, man. He's getting over $1 million.
Really? For that show?
He has to be.
Per episode or total?
I think total.
Okay.
But Sladro, because Vader would kill whoever knew his identity, but this time he showed mercy. I'm hyped for season 2.
Of what?
I guess Kenobi, if there will be a season 2.
We haven't said anything about a season 2.
Not yet, but hopefully we'll hear something. But I do like the newer story.
If they did a season 2, would we see Reva again, and would she team up with Kenobi this time?
Probably. I'm thinking not. Oh, that's Mighty Ducks. I'm hyped for season 2 of Mighty Ducks. That's
okay. So I was right the first time.
Yep. But make sure we have an interview with Josh Duhamel and Lauren Graham from Mighty Ducks Game Changers, and you can check that out on the MUSE TV channel.
Was the first season with Emilio Estevez any good?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought the first season was really good, and I kind of got into it.
What is Gordon Bombay doing when we see him again?
He was taking care of the skating rink and the hockey store.
Did he ever get married?
Don't remember if he did or not. I don't think he did.
So is he like the old guy from the older movies? The old man.
It kind of takes over that spot a little bit, but also too, he comes back to.
Are any of the old kids? Are any of the original kids back?
They do show. They come in and make appearances, but not all of them came back. Sladro, he's way different than he is in the movies. Yeah, exactly. He is way different than he was in the movies.
Wasn't he like whatever happened to the mom he was in love with?
I don't know.
Did they do the Flying V?
No.
Well, why would you even watch a show at this point?
Sladro, he seems like a retired old dude who's grumpy. Yeah, that's what he came across to me as well. A retired old dude who's grumpy. She got married to somebody else. Oh, the girl that he was seeing in the movies got married to somebody else.
I hate it when that happens.
It happens.
Like the whole movie. It's like the whole movie never happened.
Yep. We're still waiting for the episode. It's 11:49. Still hasn't dropped yet.
All right. And then, so once that starts, we're going to just put on mute for a little bit, and we will be back once it's over. So it should be up now. So let's check it.
Exactly. And also, too, before we go off, we're going to be at the premiere of Mighty Ducks Game Changers tomorrow. And we're going to bring you a bunch of interviews. We're going to talk to the whole cast. Yeah, so stay tuned to Muse TV.
All right.
Hello, everybody. We're back. We'll be starting in just a bit. Episode 4 just completed, and we're waiting for Jeffrey Harris to finish, and then we'll be getting into our discussion. Very good episode for me. I like all the exposition on it, but yeah, we're episode number 5. So as soon as Jeffrey Harris is done, and we get a lot more people coming in, start asking your questions, putting them in, start putting your thoughts into the comments. We'd love to hear them and get them all lined up so that we can start the discussion as soon as Jeffrey is done, and we'll be able to.
Okay, I'm here. I got some water now.
Cool. So, episode 4.
All right, episode 4 of Andor is in the books. So, well, we got to see Coruscant again, and we got our first real look at the Imperial. What do we call these people? Are they ISB?
Yes.
I guess they're ISB, right?
Uh-huh.
That's the Imperial
Security, whatever in the hell.
Security Bureau. So
yeah,
after the disaster in the last episode with the corporate the corpos, now the Empire is moving in and they're taking over the operation, and I guess they're kind of on the trail of Cassian Andor now, who is now uneasily aligned with Luthen, who wants Andor to join their cause, and Andor puts them with another group of I guess rebels to they're going to ambush a base and I guess steal some Imperial, I guess, money is what they're stealing. They're after money. Payroll. So, but nothing. The thing is, nothing really happened. Like, people are talking to each other. They're moving Andor from one place to another. They're setting up like the big heist, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we're not there yet. So, and it could be a while.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll happen next week or in the next 2 weeks. So Andor is with another group of rebels now on another planet, and they're trying to steal the Imperial payroll. I thought the coolest scene, though, just to kind of go along with, the great acting from Stellan Skarsgård, is that one scene where we see him, where he drops off Andor, and then we see him going back to Coruscant, and we see him putting on his outfit and the wig because he's like this antique stealer, and he's like getting back into character, like he's turning up the the charm and whatnot to act like this kind of opulent, rich, kind of antique dealer. And he's like getting into character. I thought that was so interesting.
Yeah.
Because he's got to play this role, because we see him talking to Mon Mothma, and they give off the impression that Mon Mothma's driver could be like an Imperial spy. So, they can't let up the performance just for a second, or they could be dead.
Yeah.
Everyone's walking on eggshells, because this is the age of Emperor Palpatine. the Empire is fully in charge and fully in power, and one false move means you're dead.
Yep. Exactly.
What do you think of this episode?
Oh, I thought it was a great episode. That's why I say, and I thought hopefully with everybody watching it, that's why I say, like, if 4 was attached to the last 3, it would have just like it completes this whole beginning stage of the. If
I
you
would say it completes it, but it gives us a fuller view of the characters of the series.
Yeah, and if you divide this 12 episode series into 4s,
maybe
this was the end of the first 4.
This wasn't like this. Didn't feel like it feels like we're still introducing characters.
Yeah,
because we're introducing recurring characters who will probably be in the rest of the season. The ISB agents, and like there's infighting there, and there's conflict there within the Empire and the ISB because like they're all ambitious and they all want to get promotions and whatnot. And they only care about themselves, you know. They don't care about. They don't care about like peace and security. They only want to line their pockets and gain what stature, tenure. What I don't know what they want. They want prestige and reputation.
Yeah.
So then we get, you know, the Luth. I think Stellan Skarsgård is like the MVP of this show, though.
Oh yeah, he is.
We got Genevieve O'Reilly back as Mon Mothma. Can you believe she played Mon Mothma in deleted scenes for Revenge of the Sith way back in 2005? So that means she like finished her filming in the early aughts and never got released in theaters. And now here we are 20 years later, and she's still playing the character. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All for a character who was in like one scene in Return of the Jedi.
Yep. Let me get to the comments really quick because I don't want to get too far back.
No, we're not going to the comments. You're talking to me.
No, we're good. Slay the Spider. This episode made the last 3 come together. NGL.
Maybe.
Marvin. This was a good episode. The ending kind of didn't make sense to me.
Well, it's like a table. It's table setting, you know.
Yeah,
we're not getting to the big stuff yet.
I agree with Jeffrey. That scene was cool. Slay the Spider. This episode seems so tense. Looking forward to the next one. Marvin. Yeah, I agree. Literally one wrong move and they are dead. The Empire has a hood on the city. Hold. Should have read that. I read it beforehand and I still screwed up on that.
We also saw a lot more of Coruscant.
Yes, we did.
We saw Mon Mothma's home. She has a husband. You know, her husband's like trying to hold a dinner party, but she doesn't like any of the guests that are coming because they're like political rivals. Because she's still trying to help people. You know, I get even. She's only helping like partisan rebels in secret, but she's still trying to help people from the Senate. But of course, you know, how much can they even do under Imperial rule? So yeah,
exactly. And then the one thing that I know that I'm gonna be nitpicky about the store scene, is the fact of the armor that's in the background.
What was wrong with the armor?
I had a not being nitpicky in a bad way. I'm saying nitpicky in a good way.
Okay.
Mask looks like the mask from was it Star Killer from the video game?
From Force Unleashed?
Yes. The mask in the background looked very familiar.
I'm gonna. Oh, so that's not really nitpicky. That's more like an Easter egg.
Nitpicky in the way of Easter egg.
Oh, I see it now. I didn't even notice that. That is so cool.
I noticed that right off the bat, and I was like, "Wait up!"
Oh, that's Star Killer. That's like Star Killer's alternate look, where he becomes like Darth Vader, kind of. I think, okay, I'm gonna try to find a photo of that.
Yeah. While we're doing that, we'll get to some comments later. Who are you guys hoping to see in the next couple episodes?
I mean, I don't think we're gonna meet a Jedi.
No, no.
Just because I never got the sense that Andor ever met one. You know?
Yeah.
It didn't seem like he ever encountered or met a Jedi in his life. I'm hoping we'll see. I mean, we know we're going to see Saw Gerrera. So,
my thing, I'm curious. Yeah. Are we going to see a Senate scene where Mon Mothma is going to be a part of the Senate? And
yeah, I think we will.
Will it be Emperor Palpatine, or will it be somebody else?
Oh, you know what? I think we'll see Mas Amedda, the Major Domo.
Yeah.
Because he's probably around at this point. Mm-hmm. Here's a photo of Star Killer in the mask and armor.
Let me share it really quick.
From Force Unleashed. I wasn't even looking for that, so I didn't know that was going to be in there. So yeah, I think that is the armor and mask that's in the.
It's a little different from the front, right here.
What?
But it's
the same. It looks very much like the same design. It's an Easter egg, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it looks like it's like it has those spikes.
Yes,
spindles, those spinal things. That like spinal mohawk. That's so neat. That was a neat little. That was a good catch, Mike. Wow.
Marvin, yes, Mike. That looked like Star Killer, the armor in the background. Haha, I had the same thought. Yes, it looked cool. Ha ha ha.
Like now, just like scenes I like when she leaves the store and she's in like that flying car and you see like that exterior shot of like that kind of shopping center or whatever you want to call it going into court. It looks so majestic. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they really brought their A game for this series. And I'm just like, why did Kenobi not look as good as this? Because I feel like they had enough time with Kenobi, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. Andor feels Slater the Spider. Andor feels different than other shows, which is good. And I agree with you. It has a different feel. It has a different tone. It has a different look to it.
It's more understated. It's a little more dramatic. It's very serious. It's very grounded than other shows. This is not like, it doesn't have that happy, whimsical feeling, but it does feel very like realistic and serious. Like again, one wrong move by any of these characters and they're dead meat. You know, like they can't. Like there's barely a moment to breathe and get settled.
And my thing is like, since they're looking for Cassian, I mean, imagine how on point he has to be that he doesn't get caught. Especially
because like even with these rebels, like he has to hide his identity because they're going against the regular plan. So and if these rebels find out about Cassian's identity, they still might kill him, you know?
Exactly. Slater Spire, I think Adria or Jonah is doing a great job as portraying.
I agree.
I agree. And this was a good size episode too.
I think at one point they are going to figure out Cassian's identity.
Yeah.
But I feel what's going to happen is he will ultimately earn their trust. And maybe they won't steal all the money, but it'll be their mission will be roughly successful and he'll earn their trust. Because look, we have to build up Cassian and get him to the point where he is part of the Rebel Alliance in Rogue One.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, like Skarsgård can, as an actor, he can be very hit and miss for me because he's been around for a long time. He's been in a lot of movies and stuff, but you remember him in King Arthur?
Yeah.
Like, do you remember that movie? Like, I was really just annoyed with his performance in that movie.
Yeah.
He can be really hit and miss for me, but he's really doing it and really doing well in this show.
Exactly. And that's why I say I really think that scene that you were talking about with him changing the character and going into a disguise.
I think what the issue is. I'm just so used to him playing like the villain, you know, and now he's playing this kind of, you know, double agent who's trying to start something and start like, you know, spearhead this movement and really build the Rebel Alliance from the ground up. But they have no funding, they have very little resources, and not enough people like Cassian Andor. So it's almost like Luthen is like one of the architects of the Rebel Alliance, basically.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, it would make sense if we get like the first Fulcrum, because we know Ahsoka is Fulcrum at one point.
Yeah.
So if we hear Fulcrum or get to meet Fulcrum, which we know at some point is Ahsoka, like maybe Luthen will be Fulcrum at some point.
Yeah, because that's what I would like to see. I like to see who else, because Mon Mothma did say like she has somebody else coming into this,
right?
So I'm curious.
Well, yeah. So I think we are going to meet more characters and see more maybe familiar faces over the course of the show.
Yep, Slater the Spider. I love the subtle inclusion of parts of the Star Wars universe, like the mention of Scarif and Utopia.
Yeah, because I imagine on Scarif they're already getting started on the Death Star construction, or they're in the process at this point.
Yeah, and Derpy Gaming. What I tell you, galactic politics and more points of views.
It wasn't really like a bold. I'm sorry, Derpy. It wasn't really like a bold prediction. We knew that. We saw the episode. We had already seen this episode ahead of time.
We did. But not everybody else.
Yeah, but I think we said, Derpy. Yeah, we knew what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
next week we don't.
You want a pat on the back? Do you want a medal? I'll give you a
kiss,
a proverbial medal, a medal in name only.
Yeah.
Give you an invisible pat on the back. Yeah. Damn.
Next week though is fresh for us as well, because we haven't seen any episodes after this one.
So it's all new for us next week.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's why I'm looking forward to next week, because I love the way it ended. It keeps you looking forward to next week, keeps you wanting more. I'm so happy with the series already.
What do you think about this band that Cassian has fallen in with?
Mm-hmm.
In this new planet, do you think they're all trustworthy?
I think they are.
I don't trust that.
The guy's
Imperial.
Yeah.
I think the young kid. What?
He's the only guy out of the whole team that I'm wondering if is 100% in it.
I feel like he would turn on them if given the chance.
Yeah.
The kid seems the younger kid,
mm-hmm.
the young adult. He seems like a true believer,
mm-hmm.
but he's a bit cloudy. He's a bit starry-eyed, a bit cloudy-headed. Don't you think?
Yeah, just a bit.
Forget his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Who was the leader that was reporting to Luthen?
I forgot her name.
Yeah, because it's hard to remember. Stellan Skarsgård is Luthen.
Mm-hmm.
Diego Luna is Cassian Andor. So I'm just trying to get the cast list here. I'm almost there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to get these Imperial names down.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Gorn, Sewell,
Karn, Kyle Solar.
Well, yeah. I'm done with that subplot at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Why did his mother slap him? What the hell is?
Wouldn't you? He messed up. He tried to friggin'
What did his
he caused a big chain reaction.
What does his mom even know about this?
Well, here's the thing. He caused a big chain reaction that pretty much had the Imperial pretty much kick him out.
Right, so what is he going to do now?
He's gonna be with his mom.
Why do we need to keep? Why do we need to continue on with this character? And see,
I think to see the outcome of what his actions.
Why is it important that we see him go home and get like the third degree from his mom and get slapped by his mom?
Something tells me he's gonna turn and join the Rebel Alliance.
You see, this isn't a callous level character for me.
Mm-hmm.
So to turn him into that, I'm just not big on that. So I don't know.
Oh, but he will eventually die. I'm not saying that he wouldn't get it killed, but he will be killed.
I thought we got some TIE fighter action at least.
Yep.
Man, the cinematography and just everything about this show just looks so good.
I know. I'm kind of curious what cameras they used to shoot this.
It looks very filmic. It looks very cinematic. You can speak Alarin Mayo Nari.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna see if they have a listing of what the cameras they used on it. Because
yeah, I'd be curious.
There's a couple scenes where it really popped.
It doesn't just pop, like everything just looks very authentic and looks realistic.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
Like it's just very like every. It looks like they're doing a lot of location shooting, a lot of exterior sets that we just haven't been getting from a lot of the TV shows at this point because they've been doing like more of that slightly more claustrophobic volume kind of thing.
Yeah. Let me see if they have anything on camera. Steady camera.
So this is what I will really credit Lucasfilm and Tony Gilroy for what they've achieved with this series, just in terms of the visual aesthetic and the scope of this series, which adds a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't find the cameras that they used right now.
But doesn't it just look more cinematic than Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett, you think?
Yeah, it does. It really does.
And the CG looks seamless,
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to get an update on the cast list.
Mm-hmm.
So Adria Arjona is Bix. One of those guys was from Game of Thrones, right? Like that Imperial, the head of the ISB,
mm-hmm.
ISB director.
Yeah.
I'm just bad at remembering all the names.
Yeah, same here. It takes me a while to remember the names. Unless I have it in front of me.
Because like the Star Wars names are all very unique.
Mm-hmm.
Fiona Shaw is Marva. I'm trying to figure out like that blonde Imperial officer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to know.
Oh, the one who gets reprimanded when she
yeah, because she wants to start
verbatim by the book.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm looking. Let's help you out with that so we get going.
Okay, Denise Gauff. Denise Gauff is Dedra Miro. That's who I wanted to know.
Mm-hmm. Dedra Miro?
Yes, so that's her Imperial character. Now, who is that? Who is her superior officer? That's who I also want to know. Who was that Maester? Who was that? He was that Maester on Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. What was his name again? Do you remember his name?
not Qyburn. He was Qyburn on Game of Thrones. Who's the actor for Qyburn?
Yeah. Was it Rupert?
Anton Lesser.
Oh,
That's definitely Anton Lesser
Mm-hmm.
in Andor. So what is his character name?
Find.
They don't. I don't think he has it. I don't think he has a name in this show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to look at him in the cast. Anton Lesser. I guess they haven't named everyone yet.
Yeah. I haven't. I can't. I did a search for his name, and it did show up in the.
This says like Imperial officer.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. So to wrap everything up.
Cast.
Yeah, I agree. But to wrap everything up, since we're at the 1 o'clock hour right now, and we got to do this tomorrow again.
Again.
For She-Hulk.
For She-Hulk.
Which
may or may not have Daredevil. Who knows?
I say it's a 70-30 chance we're not going to see it. He will not be.
Maybe we're not going to see him until like the second to last episode.
I think we're not going to see him until the last episode, but that's just me. But what do you rate this episode?
Oh man. I'll be nice. I'll give it an 8 out of 10 this week.
Cool.
Just because I'm so impressed with the acting and the set design, production design, and I'm kind of like in love with it right now. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm like a little not anxious, but like, you know, like get to the action.
Yeah. Slater the Spider episode rating is 8 out of 10 for him.
Sure.
Marvin is an 8.5.
Derpy guys.
If you're still here, we'd love to hear your rating as well as you, Sladro. See what you guys think. We'll always like to see your ratings, or anybody who's watching. If you want to put up your rating, put it on the comments. For me, it was an 8 out of 10 for me. I really liked it. I like what we're building and what we're seeing. And the best thing I love is that I love a show that leaves you wanting more at the end. And this show did this. This episode did do this, and I'm looking forward to next week.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, Jeffrey, what do you have coming up this week?
Let's see. So my latest review is the #1 movie in America.
Again.
Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh, I thought it was Avatar.
Avatar #1 movie in the world.
Okay.
But this week I'm reviewing Smile, and I think next week it'll be Amsterdam. So not I don't know, Smile. So check that out at forum1mania.com. Also check out my coverage of the D23 Expo. Also have a new interview up with the founder of Funko, Mike Becker. So when we chatted at D23 Expo. So check that out.
Awesome. And don't forget to watch MUSE TV. We got a lot of great interviews coming up. Tomorrow we're at Mighty Ducks Game Changers premiere. And we have a lot of things. Oh, and then on Friday, we're back shooting Halloween stuff. So we'll be at LA Haunted Hayride as well. On Saturday, we're going to be at Shacktoberfest. Shaquille O'Neal's going to be there. We're going to try and take a moment with him to be able to talk with him about Shacktoberfest, getting ready for the NBA season, talk about TNT's coverage and everything like that, and what him and Charles Barkley are going to be getting into this season for NBA Insider. So we got a lot of great stuff coming up, and stay tuned to that. We're making a lot of changes, just to let you guys know. So we're going to be changing up some things on the last part of the year in order to bring out a brand new Muse that you guys haven't seen before.
Woo.
Brand new website. We are launching a lot of new products. We're working on a lot of new shows and really changing everything. So stay tuned for that. Check out MUSE TV. Also, before I forget, don't forget to go over to Destination Extended. That's our extended YouTube channel for our new show that we're working on right now. Destination, it's a theme park travel show. So we're going to be taking you to a lot of different theme parks as well in this show. And we're hoping to get it up and ready to go by the end of this year. So with that, don't forget to come back tomorrow. Tomorrow at 11 p.m., 2 a.m. Eastern Time, She-Hulk watch party and after show. We don't have many episodes left on that. So come on, be a part of it. Bring in your questions. We're going to talk more about Daredevil. Daredevil being on the show. We're going to talk about Deadpool. We're going to talk all things Marvel, even more in more detail tomorrow. So, yes, we'll see you tomorrow, 11 p.m. Pacific time, 2 a.m. Eastern. I'm Mike Sandoval, and see you next time here on the Andor Watch Party and After Show. Good night. And everybody who's in Florida, stay safe.